Hi, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back. I am EBINOTTI, and today we are doing the new moon readings. So if you missed it, the new moon is currently in Aquarius, and we have the ether element already up on the channel. So you can go check out ether as an element. It is the collective reading, but today we are going to work with the air element. So let me slow down and take a nice deep breath. We can all do this together. I just finished my morning workout. Forgive me for my somewhat splotchy workout shirt, but I decided I was inspired and I got the call, so I decided to sit down and we were going to work with the air element and read it for new moon Aquarius. So if you don't know, Aquarius is an air element sign of the zodiacs. It is the eldest of the air elements. Okay, so we're going to be working with the most mature, hopefully, of the air elements today. But the air element as a whole is about the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, the upper chakras. We get into the voice, the lungs, the sinuses, even to some extent the eyes, because there is air within the third eye chakra. So if you're having any of the issues with the upper chakras, especially your voice, your chest, your sinuses, your eyes, or your third eye, a little bit of pressure within the head space, okay, you can use the air element to help clear some of that out or align. We talk a lot about alignment out here if you're new. Align that chakra system so that it gets back into full function. And even if things are coming at you, you can clear it, you can handle it, you can manage it, okay? So the air element is all about truth, understanding, knowledge, and to some extent magic. In this case, miracles. Okay, the age of Aquarius, if you've heard that talked about online or in the spiritual communities or in your own communities, the age of Aquarius is the energy of the age of miracles, the age of truth and information, the age of knowledge, and we're ushering that in. A lot of us have really grabbed onto that energy already, okay? So if you look at the world, you'll see that playing out in many, many different ways. And that's why we sit together for the moon cycles, the new moons and the full moons. We break down the elements so we can see, regardless of our zodiac signs, we can see how we're functioning in our life with these elements. This is the earth realm of magic that all of us work with on a day-to-day basis, including air and the throat. Okay, if you're not sure how you're doing magic every day, think of spelling and spell casting words. That's the basis of it. Okay, so that's how we work with and align to that energy to keep everything clean and honorable and just functioning, pumping, juicy. I'm hearing juicy and I like it. Okay, we're going to get into this reading today. I'm going to pick out our oracle cards to start. Dragon Oracle is the first deck that is calling for the collective, and the second deck, also in the vein of blue energy, we're going to do the Return of Spirit Oracle. Blue is the energy of the day, and again, that's speaking to the throat chakra. Okay, so grab yourself some sips. I'm having a Nescafe, sweet and creamy today, just total absolute garbage because I'm in the mood, so cheers to you. If you're doing something for yourself today and having a little reward, cheers. It's probably very hot still. It is very, very hot. We're going to shuffle up and we're going to get right into this. If you're curious about any of the decks that I use, my entire collection is listed down in the description box. I do try to name the decks as I pick them out for the element that we're working with or the reading that we're doing. If you want a personal reading from me, they are available for February, so please get in on that. We do have a huge discount going on for the entire winter season, okay? It's 50% off all personal readings surrounding the tarot right up until my birthday on March 9th, and then for the last 2 weeks of winter before the spring equinox, we're going to do something special. So make sure you're subscribed and following to me, EBINOTTI, on all of social media platforms that you find me, and enjoy that content. I do have a beauty channel as well where we do fashion, style, lifestyle, makeup. We're busy. We need help. We need to make it easier. And sharing inspiration and all those things as Divine Feminines. That is EBINOTTIbeauty here on YouTube as well as Instagram. There is also a Facebook group a private group where you get all kinds of perks and announcements, okay? So head on over to Facebook, the EBINOTTI page, send a request or a message, and we will get you into that private group as well. Thank you for being here today and doing all the work that you do on you. Believe it or not, we feel it. It makes a difference. The impact is real. So feeling a lot of that supportive energy, the divine feminine supporting divine feminine, and we love that. Masculine and feminine coming into a really nice balance in this energy. We love that. Okay, let's get started. Bottom of the deck for the Dragon Oracle. The green gold dragon from Sirius. Okay. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. I love that we're starting with full open universal knowledge, because the air element really lately has been choppy when it comes to feeling clear and feeling strong. Okay, so there's been a lot of mental fog, a lot of cloudiness and brain farting in the mental space. If you've been feeling that, just know there's a lot of energy moving around in the collective right now, and that has everything to do with it. The advice: learn about your spiritual technology. Spiritual technology. Bet you never heard those words side by side before. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Do you see what the work that I'm doing here for us? This is transmitting sacred knowledge through my bloodline, through my ancestors, for you. And not just that, it is a two-way street. We are giving and receiving. That's why I always thank you for the work that you do on you. Okay, so we're getting some downloads as a collective. Good on ya. Take it, run with it, do whatever you're called to do with it when you feel that inspired pull, that exciting alignment. Do what you're called to do. We support that for you. Boom, as we get our card. Okay, and on the bottom, we get the golden solar dragon. Look at that beautiful orange, fiery, solar plexus chakra energy coming through, fire in a big way to match up with air, the two masculine elements. Okay, so this is going to be our theme for the reading now. It's going to sit on the bottom of the deck, face up, while we pull all the rest of our cards. Okay, helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Don't think I just pulled this information out of the ethers, my friends. The advice: let your DNA be reprogrammed. Reprogramming, baby. And light codes activated. What do you know about the sun and the solar flares? Because that is light codes being activated. If you're somebody who's always been drawn to the sun, sunbathing, places with beautiful sunshine all year round, you're being called to activate some codes, and they have to come directly from the sun. You can tap into the sun, whether it's shining over you or not, cloudy on the other side of the earth, it doesn't matter. You can tune into the sun and activate those light codes. Okay, so take that if you want it. Become an inspiring leader, inspired leader, inspired, not inspiring. I mean, we always want to be inspiring and helping others. Inspiring is connected with others, but to be an inspired leader, that means you are somebody with a lot of energy for the passion for what you're doing. When you're inspired, you are full, not just full in your cup, but you are full in your fire. Okay, and then that's when the throat, the air element, the mind and the throat want to write, speak, share. Okay, share the wisdom, share the information, whatever it is. Okay, and our card for the reading, the orange gold dragon from Arcturus, opens you to the knowledge of the new golden age, baby, golden age. And I love this because it talks about us resetting the timeline and getting things that maybe in the past or historically have not been possible coming in, and be a new age is always new. I already talked about the age of Aquarius being new to the collective. It being a golden age, though, is a message in and of itself. Okay, the advice: carry the energy of the future. That means you hold that frequency, you create space for it, and you keep it. Okay, be a guiding light. Again, that's the work that we do. Maybe you've been called to start a YouTube channel of your very own, sharing your cooking, sharing your spiritual wisdom, sharing tarot, you know, or book club, or like if you've been called to start a YouTube channel, start it now. Okay. And we're going to get our other oracle card with the return of Spirit Oracle. Again, all the cards are listed down in the description box and linked, okay? Try to get those links out. My nose is running a little bit. Give me just one hot second to grab my Kleenex, because as soon as I start sipping on that hot coffee, it's going to get reckless and out of control. So excuse me just a moment to deal with that. Okay. Excuse me. A lot of clearing going on in the body right now. So if you've been called to do new routines, new rituals, it is that time of year, right, where we reset. New year, new me. And we're not mad at it because we're not willing to give up. We're not going to give up on ourselves. We're not going to give up on our goals this year. We're going to keep plugging away. We're going to keep doing the work, even if it seems repetitive, even if it seems like we're just going round and round in circles. We don't run the rat race out here because they want us to, but we will definitely continue going around the wheel in our own lives, for our own self, for the things that we want, that we struggle with, that we are challenged by, okay? That's when the rat race is worth a damn, and it's worth it to you, okay? So let that be yours, if that's yours. Getting focused, getting our to-do list done slowly but surely. There's a lot of energy of relaxation, reflection, recovery going on in this season, okay? So don't worry if you're not in the group of the rah-rah, you know, Marine troop who's just way out in front lines kind of energy, and they want to get her done. Don't worry. I know it's hard to bench yourself sometimes, but it needs to be done, okay? So appreciate instead of fighting what's going on in your timeline, in your world, and inside of you emotionally. Appreciate it right now instead of bucking it, fighting it, resisting it. Bottom of the deck. The advice is too real. I couldn't make it up if I tried. That's why a lot of tarot readers and stuff shuffle live, so that you could see how crazy it is, because it's unbelievable. Storm. Here's the thing. Resistance is completely, think of being out on open ocean, okay? And a storm comes. What are you resisting? In what world is your little tiny ass gonna resist this storm? How? Hey, tell me all about it. I would love to hear it, right? So that's how it is spiritually right now. You might not understand that you're on open ocean in a little fucking sailboat and the storm's coming, or the storm is upon you. I just heard. Okay, yeah. If you can't tell by the redness in my face, it's a real thing right now for us to be going through it. So we are taking it because it's the winter season and it's the perfect time to get it done. It's the alignment to the natural laws. Okay, we have to respect the laws of God, of nature, because it's far beyond our little tiny magic, okay? We talk about how big our magic is, and I'll get you all excited and pump your magic up, up, up. But when it comes to the grand scheme of the world that we're a part of, our magic is small, small, okay? Bottom of the deck is our theme for the reading. Innocence. We've been talking a little bit under this new moon Aquarius about laughter, laughing, and the healing of the inner child energy. So if you're new to that, it's going to be a big theme in this reading, okay, where the inner child and the shadow can really protect and heal each other so deeply when they're the best of friends, okay? So appreciating the different aspects of the self here, and maybe getting to understand parts of yourself that are a little more gentle, a little bit more, even though they're all grown up in their full form, they are the inner child, and that is living within you, okay? You do still have to protect the 6-year-old version of yourself. No matter how many years you spend on this planet, there's a little baby inside you that doesn't understand, okay? They're like, I don't get why things are always so dark. So finding our alignment and finding the power within the inner child, because nobody heals the shadow quite like the inner child in its purity and its innocence. So, and nothing activates the shadow to jump up and become a warrior like the inner child in its, frailty or innocence, okay? That purity gets the demon awake real quick. Like our card for the reading, intuition. I love the blue. Do you remember we picked 2 blue decks Now we're getting this beautiful blue and gold energy. Go back and watch the new moon Aquarius ether element. That is the collective reading to open this moon cycle, because blue and gold was the message. Okay, so for those of you who received the message, here we go. We're going to continue on with that. Intuition is the activation that came through for you for this. So you're activating some power that has everything to do with knowledge in a different way of collecting knowledge. Okay, so you're coming through here in big superpower energy, where intuition can be so many incredible magical things for you. This is your ability to create miracles just by aligning to them, because the river is out there flowing, full of all the good and the bad. And when you choose to jump into the river or fish something out of it, you can do that a lot of different ways, but when you do it intuitively, you always get your rewards. Okay, sometimes you clean up karma, but for the most part, intuitively, you're very active right now. And if you want to align to miracles, take that however that resonates with you. This is how you do it, okay? Remember, the orange gold dragon. So blue is the complementary color to orange. That's why these energies are coming together in a very powerful way. Opens you to the knowledge of the new golden age. Think of the golden age. You want to intuitively, if you're getting hits to buy a lottery ticket, you're getting hits to go to a party or say yes to an invitation, you're getting hits to do something. And even though there's no other reason to do it, maybe, except for the inspiration, unless you can connect the dots, you're asking for something resource-based, something in the physical world, something equivalent to truth or gold, blue or gold, okay? And this is how you get it. You line up to it and you end up just receiving it. So that's the feminine superpower. That's what we do as divine feminines, is we receive really well. And when we line up to that, we can make that happen, even though we aren't forcing it with our willpower, our action, or our words. We are aligning by listening through the heart. We talk a lot about how intuition works. And you don't listen with the ear, you listen with the heart. But we kind of like, when we hear it, was that for me? Okay, so getting that hit to do something, try something, and then on the other side, seeing, if you're willing to see, the connection of those dots, okay? Because those dots are connecting in a big way. Ooh, and today we are going to use a deck we haven't seen for a little while for the tarot. The Crow Tarot is called today. And we like that. Oh, nice deep breath, relaxing the diaphragm. Feels incredible. Okay, incredible. If you're interested in personal readings, we have different options, okay? There's the quick pick reading, about 15-20 minutes. Answers any questions that you have. The 30-minute and 60-minute readings are if you want to go a little deeper, if you're new to tarot, if you don't know why you want a reading. The 30 and 60-minute readings are a great place to get those kind of clarities, guidance, answers, okay? A specific question, quick pick will get it done every single time, okay? So, like I said, 50% off all readings. Code word muffin. Code word is muffin, okay? Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. We're going to have some new fresh content coming out very, very soon for you. Make sure you're checking in on those notifications. Got your notification bell turned on if you're serious about aligning to this kind of self-help and spiritual guidance. The collective tribe of supportive divine feminines for you, okay? Here we go. My thing is all wobbly. I gotta fix this before I get the camera for where you guys can see the altar as well. I've gotta fix that. Okay, a card popped out. Let's have a quick look at it. Divine masculine energy with the Emperor. We love that for air, because new moon Aquarius is the air element, and it's in new moon, we are under the whole season of Aquarius, okay? So it goes like layers. It affects you on layers. the new moons. With the Emperor, it really is the call to get things done, write things down, to-do lists, journals, whether you're doing self-help and healing or productivity and ambition, okay, you can work with the energies and still, you know, be productive, get some things done. Even if, like for me, myself, I really want to get a lot more done than I am getting done. So I have to surrender to what I'm capable of right now, which is very difficult for me. But if I don't give up and don't get frustrated, I do have the energy to get some really important things done. And that's feeling amazing as long as I am lining up to that. But it's chunky. It's not easy. And, you know, and if you're struggling, it's probably within the mental space. Okay. Bottom of the deck for this reading. Before we shuffle and get our cards, we cut the deck, and here it is, the Five of Swords, the Five of the air element. Not a good energy. Okay. It's a bit selfish. It's a selfish energy, and it's not lighthearted typically. It can be, right? But it doesn't feel lighthearted. This is some really toxic energy where people are so focused on their own ego, their own anger, their own fears, that they are willing to hurt others to receive what they think they need, okay? And it's a big energy about what they think they need because they're not listening to the right side. The dark side and the light side, the good and the evil, they're not listening. The fear is in the mind, and that is not God or the universe speaking to you, okay? That energy speaks through your heart. The mind can process, but only one entity will speak through your mind, and all his you know, all that darkness comes into the mind. So be very, very careful with the people around you, and especially with power like this on the table and that golden era, the knowledge of the golden age coming in for you. You want to be very careful, because that's exactly what happens if you're not careful, is the darkness comes in and just distracts you or tempts you, or if they can, gets you to perform, you know, acts against yourself or against what you believe in. Okay, first card out, the Six of Swords, the Six of Air. So if our theme to get us started was the Five, first card out, we've moved into the Six. And this is the collective. In a lot of ways, we are very wounded. We are very tired or worn out, drained even, because our energy has been siphoned literally off of us. And this is moving out of that storm that we saw and into calm waters, okay? This is white water rafting, and then you get to the part where it's the end of the run and everything goes calm again, and it's this beautiful, serene energy. And some of us are going to need this really bad because we got hurt on the rapids, okay? Up in that whitewater rafting, it wasn't a sport and it wasn't a tourist attraction or a leisure event. It was what happened. The storm came, and you had to maneuver whitewater rapids, and this is the end of that. So for those of us, as the first card out, we do a 5-card spread. So everything before the central energy is our past or current, you know, recent past energy. So we're going to support for the collective, the calm waters and the serenity of it, okay? After a long, hard battle, this is like, you know, a long day with the Marines, and then you're bagged at the end, you know, so there's a nice camaraderie energy coming in. You're not alone in it, so that's beautiful. Next card we got is the Hanged Man energy, major arcana number 12. Look at that. So not only are we moving into a calm state, a lot of us are already there. We just haven't released the insane storm that we just survived. This is what snaps us into Hanged Man energy, which is just the pause for reflection. This entire season is basically some version of the Hanged Man energy and a few others of major arcana, okay? So it's about learning from everything that we have been through and experienced in the last year, or the last season, or yesterday, or the last storm, okay? Whatever the timeline is doing for you, because these are timeless readings. Even though we read the moon cycle, these messages can come up for you anytime. Okay, so appreciating the sacrifice, because there has been a lot of sacrifice with the Hanged Man. That really does express that the storm hasn't just been this one storm this one time and everything has been gravy outside of it. It shows that this has been a long, hard journey and that we're finally coming to the enlightenment of that journey phase. So new moon Aquarius, air element, we finally get the truth and understanding here that we're looking for. We activate some gifts, some new power, some new knowledge that's going to help us move forward with what we've been through and what we've learned and what we're going to do next as we get our next cards. We got two. Central energy is going to be the Fool card. Fearless energy. This has been my card lately, coming up in every reading I've done for myself. I'm not fucking kidding. Every single reading, the Fool. So central energy for the collective, it ain't a surprise. Next card out, as our fourth card out, is the Page of Pentacles. I want to talk about these together. Okay, so when we are fearless, when we align to our dreams, our hopes, and we have faced down our fears, that's the Fool energy. It's like, I hope, I wish, I dream. Okay, he's a dreamer to the point where people call him fucking foolish, okay? But they don't see the vision. He's a visionary. Even if he's naive, inexperienced, or ignorant, it doesn't matter because his vision is so pure and his creativity is so strong that that energy will carry him through to mastery. Okay, so here we get the opportunity when we align to all of the beauty of dreams within us, the full capability and realization of our dreams. Immediately we get an incoming energy, which is a messenger, a bringer. These people deliver things. The pages are always delivery, errands, or messages straight up. So the Page of Earth is coming in with a very valuable resource. It could be information. It's more likely something that you need to hold in your hand. Some of us need to hold a certain amount of wisdom in our hand. That's coming in very strong with the air element. So fair enough. I'm picking up the new opportunity for job or education, for income or business, if you want to start something. And even though, yes, of course, it's about the money, it's actually not just about the money. It's about something serious in the earthly realm for you, okay? So beginning of the year, we talk about our bodies, we talk about our money, we talk about our love life, okay? Health, wealth, happiness. You know, and that's what this resource or this messenger or this bringer, this delivery person is bringing to you. It comes from the alignment, okay? So your job, the work you can do is stay fearless. That's the key here. With the Fool, there's two frequencies that you can stay in. And from there, we have all these subdivisions. The frequency of love and the frequency of fear. Okay, hate is not the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love, and these two things cannot simultaneously exist. This is not yin and yang where they balance. They are whole and have many subdivisions in each of their wholeness, okay? So if the Fool is fearless, then that means he's open-hearted. He's loving himself. He's loving God's creation. He's loving his life and his circumstance and all of those things. And I know, baby, I know what you've been through, and I know that that is not always an easy ask, okay? So we've got some beginning energy and we've got some movement energy. This could be moving, traveling, vacations, etc. The calm, serene waters, that's what that is, okay? So it's needed. It's called the desire to go on vacation, take some downtime, reset, or go on an adventure. The Fool is definitely an adventurer, coming through really, really strong. So again, the work, to reiterate it so we are all very, very clear, air element, this energy, to work with it, you have to be fearless, especially in the mind, okay? And there's a lot of support for that energy here. The gang, the angel gang, we are out here. We are supporting that, your truth, your alignment to your dreams, the things that you desire in the deepest parts of your heart and soul. Soul energy. I love it. We have brought out a new feature. On Sundays, we go live on Instagram and pull a card for anybody who shows up. I'll name an emoji at the beginning of the reading, and all you got to do is comment that emoji, and we put you on a list, put you in line, and we'll pull a card for you. So Sundays, soul sessions. Make sure you tune in, okay? If you're watching this when it comes out, that's going to be tomorrow. Soul session number 2 is going to be February 2nd. Yes. Okay, about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, so didn't I oh, there it is. There's a piece of Kleenex on the ground, and I grabbed the Kleenex, and I'm like, that's not the, and then I couldn't find the card. It was like hiding. And that's why. So 10 of Wands, feisty energy. Let's get out orange and gold over here because we need something. You see the fire, Wands is fire energy. We got the orange gold dragon showing us there's nothing to fear. Do not fear an element that you have an entire energy center within you that is connected to fire. Okay, this is all your fierceness. It's all your excitement, your creativity, the thing that drives you. It is your energy levels. And take a look at our 5th card out. If you don't know about the 10 of Wands, your energy is fucking depleted. Okay, this is the burdens you will not be carrying forward with you. If you don't understand what those are yet, you will, and you will soon. Okay, with the Fool centrally. We don't always get to choose what we carry with us because we take on way more. The feminine does it. All these wonderful earth angels do it. It's caregiver energy. It's giving too much. Every parent knows what it's like to give too much. You give them an inch, they take a fucking mile. Oh my God, how many times did I hear that coming up? So this is the energy, being very, very, very careful that we're not depleting ourselves, depleting others, and when and where we can, we are putting projects down, or at least we are putting them on the back burner. If not, snip, snip, cutting them completely, okay? Being very careful with our energy sources. You don't want this beautiful opportunity of wealth or abundance or, you know, some awesome opportunity, and you're too fucking tired to show up. Okay, so being very careful with the energy sources that we have, trying to feed them, replenish them, but we only have what we have to work with, okay? So even if we have literally almost nothing, we're going to reserve it for something. Something important. Okay, we got our 5 out. We are going to start clarifying with 5 more cards now. New Moon Aquarius, reading the air element for the collective. Let's see here. I'm just going to have a look-see around. Yeah, the innocence card on the bottom there. The Fool and the innocence. I mean, don't think that the child can't teach you something. Don't think that your craziest, wildest, most imagination-riddled dream isn't coming from a pure place, okay? Both of these cards are huge heavy hitters because they tell us something that as adults we often forget, okay? That this is a powerhouse energy. It is not to be fucked with when it is in need. And because the Fool is our central energy, this is a need now. Okay, we need to focus in the arena that the inner child thrives in. Laughter, authenticity. Okay, a child is never afraid to ask for what it wants. Unless it's been taught to be afraid of you, it's not afraid of you. It's just like, I want this thing, can I have it? And you're like, no. And they're like, but I want it. Right? They don't understand the concept of it's hard out here and you don't know what I did for this money and that we put on the kid. Yikes. No, not today, baby. Not today. Okay, so we're going to clean up the chakras in a big fucking way when it comes to the inner child because these kids grow up and they don't forget what happened to them. So you might have just been having a bad day, right? Well, that kid is affected. So your inner child is calling to you to listen to it in the same way. If you don't think that on that TV I've had constant Kung Fu Panda, Despicable Me, some of my old Disney like Anastasia and Pocahontas, baby, it has been a whole winter season of throwing it back to the inner child because we are all called to do this work right now. We got to protect these babies. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got a whole bunch of cards, so let's talk about it. Please excuse my hair. Came right off the carpet. I need to vacuum. First card out, let's whip through them. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's going to be under the 6 of Swords. Love that for us. But then the 8 of Pentacles under the Hanged Man. It's great under the Hanged Man energy, but nobody wants to be sitting in a prison that is self-created. Central energy coming out under the Fool. Another page. Another messenger, and it is central. Okay, so talking about how that alignment is going to bring in the messages. And the 4th and last card that fell, 4th clarifier, Major Arcana numero 1, the Magician. Let's talk about that magic, okay, and how we spell cast. So our first group, our first clarifier, Six of Wands, Six of Wands. Fascinating. Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Patience is a virtue and nobody wants to hear it. Seven of Pentacles, a lot of fucking work that's put in and you don't even know if it was worth it anymore, but you're going to sit there because you already fucking invested. Now, for those of you in the stock market thinking of pulling a stock, that is not the sign to sit on it, okay? Use your discernment, air energy. Use your discernment to make this spiritual and not petty, okay? Or not so small. Let it be, you'll know 100% if that was for you when it comes to pulling a stock or making a quick decision. Again, the quick pick personal reading, or if you have your own cards, pull 3 cards on it and sit until you understand what the answer is. Okay, if you're newer or more new to reading the energy or the cards. So Seven of Pentacles, again, as the clarifier for this, it talks about the work that's been done. We saw the Five of Swords comes out right before the Six of Swords energy, where people are selfish, they're greedy, they're fearful, and that's why. And we can have all the compassion in the world for that. We're not going to fucking stick around. Okay, this is really deciding what needs to be cut. With that 10 of Wands energy on the board, we saw that. This is our first energy, and that's our 5th energy. With the 10 of Wands on the board, we have to really be discerning. We have to be completely brave and fully in alignment with our power to drop some of these burdens or complete some of these projects. There's a really beautiful completion energy coming in for the collective where they're like, look, I've been sitting on this idea for so long, or this decluttering or this chore. Today's the day I'm getting it done, period, end of fucking discussion, because I'm done with this. And if I don't do it now, I won't do it at all. And I want to do it. So there's a lot of thinking, a lot of alignment, a lot of breaking it down. Like for me, mentally, I always got to justify something. So if that's the case, write it down, pros and cons. Are we fucking doing this or are we not doing this? And once you mentally make the decision, stand by the decision, okay? Period. Even if it was the wrong decision in the end, it doesn't matter. That does not matter. You don't lose things or gifts or get, punishment for misstepping on this plane, okay? Second clarifier is the 8 of Swords, clarifying the Hanged Man. 8 of Swords, again, imprisonment energy, and it's not good, okay? But the good news about it is it's self-wrought. We did this to ourselves, okay? We got fearful. We trapped ourselves in something, and once we enlighten ourselves, give us the shift of perspective. If you see, he's hanging upside down there from a foot, a single foot. Really putting the whole weight of it on that one focus point of one foot. That's when the swords fall. That's when the blindfold here comes off. All these swords, you can easily crawl your way out of there. You can grab a couple of them, pull them out, and just walk out freely. This is the energy of imprisoning yourself or freeing yourself for something, releasing something once and for all, and it's very mentally based, okay? So we're learning a lot here. And for those of us in the collective, a lot of us have already gone through this energy and we're really just trying to solidify it. We can all do that together, okay? As a collective, we support the people who are just getting started with this self-isolation, mental imprisonment, fear. And for others of us, we are 100% going to support the fact that we've brought this in and now we just need to feel not so alone in it, not so weak or small in it. Again, the inner child doesn't want to be alone. So the shadow's like, yo, I'm here. Like, I'm here. I'm down. Yes, baby. Do what you need to do. Very beautiful. Under Innocence. I just want to show it to you. Prayers, okay? It's a beautiful card. Look at the frequency energy of those two. Just beautiful, beautiful energies. So prayers are a big thing. Journal prompts, write to yourself, do meditations, talk to yourself, talk to your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whatever it be, okay? Sit down, take the time. Okay, write those prayers. Write those prayers. Okay, central energy. Let's keep going with these clarifiers. Central energy now. The Fool clarified by the Page of Cups. Remember, we got a Page of Cups. We got a page coming next, and we talked about them being messengers. They bring you things. This is your choice, okay? Somebody can bring you something weird, something unique, something very authentic to you, and you can be like, no, and stay in a fearful mind state. It's not worth it because you've already aligned to this. So the message is very, very simple. The weirder and freakier and more fun it gets for you, the more quickly, the faster that all of this is going to process for you, okay? So this is about getting really authentic. Pisces energy with the Page of Cups, it gets weird, man, and it gets, you know, this is singing in the shower and dancing like no one's watching and having a drink because, you know, what the fuck? It's you only live once and life is short, but not in a toxic way. It's a really healthy, authentic is the way. So getting to know the self, we're going to support that for everyone in the collective who's very new to this journey. With the Fool, you can be brand new, brand baby spanking new. Okay, and same with the pages. They can signify children, innocence, the very beginning of something, and that's how this feels for a lot of the collective. It's getting right excited because I live this energy and I've tried to share this energy in so many ways, and I love when people lean into it because it's very brave, but it can look foolish to people who are very trapped in their own mental fears, okay? So you're gonna have to trust yourself. You're gonna have to know intuitively exactly where those messages are coming from, and that's what that's all about, okay? So there's nothing childish about being incredibly powerful in all your glory, like some children and beautiful spirits of youth are. Okay, I'm getting muse energy. If you know the muse of poets and painters and musicians coming through, music, again, dancing like nobody's watching, making music, trying something new. A lot of us, that's going to be the message where you really want to learn something and you don't care how embarrassing it is that you're this age and or you're this and you're trying to do. If you want to learn something, learn it. Now's the time, okay? You can definitely manifest that energy for yourself right now. Fourth row, we've got the Magician, Major Arcana number 1, clarifying the Page of Pentacles. In a big way, you've called this in, okay? The Magician is the ultimate alchemist. There it is. I was going to say alchemical. The Magician is the ultimate alchemist. He is very capable and very ready, and he's cultivated all his tools just the way he wanted them. And as soon as the, what am I hearing? Click, opportunity, chance comes in, he takes it because he's ready. Okay, so you've manifested this opportunity for yourself to prove something or acquire something. Either way, it's proof. Okay, so you're looking for that proof. Here comes the opportunity. Take it. You know, that's the only message really there. You don't want fear. Fear is the thing across the board that's getting in the way here. So anger comes from fear, frustration, depression on its debilitating level where it's not healing and it is taking from you instead of giving to you. A lot of people say depression and they're healing, and it's like, that's a really good thing. Like I say I love depression, and that's why, because I'm facing and healing. So taking our power, using our power, and definitely making moves when we are inspired, because we create frequencies when we dream and we desire and we believe in them. So those are the frequencies we're looking for when those messages come in. We already saw that there's some janky energy at play. We started with the 5 of Swords, and we've got stanky energy like 8 of Swords out here. There are people meant to actively support this energy for you. That is not the people you want to spend time with. You want people that are supporting Magician energy for you, you in all your glory, you in your full alignment. This is full alignment, waiting for activation, and here it comes. The 2 pages now diagonally touching. You know, this is your alignment to your authenticity with water, and then this is the incoming resource message, person, chance to compete. Okay, we've got one more clarifier to get, one shuffle. Oh shit. And at the bottom of the deck, the Tower. We're gonna talk about it, babies. We're gonna talk about it. I can't even see the 5th card. 4 of Swords. Wow, the synchronicities. Okay, so under our 10 of Wands, our final card, we get the 4 of Swords. Now, if you remember, our very first card out for the reading was 6 of Swords. And when we first broke and got the bottom of the deck, it was the 5 of Swords. So there's a 4, 5, 6. It's actually coming out 6, 5, 4. But anytime you get 3 sequential numbers, you get movement, you get progress, you get achievement. There's a certain amount of success, whether you're going forward or backwards, because you can be successful in moving ahead in your life, and you can also be successful in sabotaging your life. Okay, so there are entities actively out here, very much so enjoying being able to sabotage you, your people, where you come from, the world. What was that line from the Batman, the Dark Knight series? Alfred says to him, some people, some men just want to see the world burn. Okay, so this is in a big way we're recognizing. With the Four of Swords under the Ten of Wands, we talked about how heavy the burdens, the burnout energy that we cannot carry everything for everybody and be the caregiver for everything and everybody, okay? That we're going to have to prioritize here as we move forward because we're about to get a lot busier, okay? There's adventures, resources, things to learn, people to talk to, messages to send and receive. There's just a lot to be going down. So the Four of Swords, if you see the 3 swords hanging up on the wall, these are all swords from previously won wars. Okay, and then our dude here just got home and he brought his current sword of war with him. So if you see the taking the bundle and we're hanging, you know, the pieces from the bundle, imagine these wands being swords and 6 of them get, you know, burned or used for something else because they're no longer viable. And the swords of the one battles come home and they get hung up as time stamps and, you know, successions of history and things like that. So that reflection energy, being prepared but resting is the energy because he just got back from war. And he's like feet up, man. Like he is like bagged for more. But if anyone showed up, his sword is literally right beside him. And he just finished fighting. So like he can fight more. It's just we're tired and we don't want to fight more. And we're praying to God that there are no more fucking battles because our sword is fucking all chipped. We need to fucking wash our armor, you know, and let our mind and our heart and our body be replenished because we are fucking tired in this energy. But this is not the same tired energy that we were coming off of when we saw patience being a virtue here. Okay, this type of tired is like all the burdens that we've carried, but in this is life kind of way. Everybody goes through it. It was the timeline. So I spit so much on this channel. I'm sorry if you saw me spit. Everybody goes through it because this was the timeline we were in, okay? And this is tiring and exhausting, but it is life. It's been a hard life, you know, the last few generations. If they didn't tell you about it, let me. Okay, that it's been a hard life. We've been through a lot, okay? Your parents' generation, their parents' generation, and their parents' generation. That's 4 of us. We're out here just fucking right burn. But the way things have been are not the way things are going to continue. At least that's the reading here, is that you can have trust and faith and follow your intuition when it comes to making some pretty risky moves. In the Fool energy, we do that, especially clarified by something as fun and quirky and unique and just fucking all around awkward and weird as the Baby of Water, okay? The Page of Water is such a beautiful energy to lean into side by side here with the Magician. So, you know, if you think that you're just a baby in this, you're not. Okay, you are a fucking powerhouse of witchcraft or for God or whatever you're gonna fight now, go all in, okay? Because you might as well. You might as well know who you are and what you came here to do. And the final message with the Four of Swords, again, it's really taking the time to rest and reflect in the future here. So this is our future energy, and it's not about resting and reflecting the way that we do throughout the winter, because you only have so much energy in the winter anyways. All of nature is, you know, doing that reset. That's what this energy is like. It's like, do the reset and take it slow moving forward, because things are going to kick up for you every single week. I'm hearing every week things are going to get more and more intense. So you have to put some of these burdens down and you have to trade. I'm seeing the trading of 1 for 1, a sword for a wand, a sword for a wand. You can never just drop the whole bundle. This is your life, your responsibilities, and your purpose. But every single time one of these war calls comes, you have to put a wand down. So start preparing yourself for that type of energy. Like, what are my priorities? What is most important? What aligns with me? What is intuitively being called for me to do? Okay, so start taking some time with yourself, whether it's your bathing rituals or, you know, something where you're just listening. I do it when I do my dishes and I clean my house. I meditate all the time. I listen to tarot readings and I just listen to myself, talking to myself through the spirit of others. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to intuitively connect to yourself so that you know when it's time to move and time not to move. Final message. Let me, my nose is, it's like all gummy. Oh, gross. Cheers to you. We're gonna smoke as we talk about the bottom of the deck. You might have forgotten, but it's the Tower. So we're gonna smoke. Okay, let's talk about the Tower. Tower, beautiful page under it. Page of Wands underneath. Yeah, 3 pages, okay. Messages are real. Energy moves very quickly when there are children around. Do you catch the message? Pages are children energy. And it moves real quick, like it's all chaotic. You know what it's like when kids are around. It's so beautiful for a lonely person to have animals like that or kids like that around, because wow, do they bring so much life to the environment, don't they? But when you have kids or animals or a lot, the 10 of Wands, right? A lot going on. You know how fucking exhausting it is and crazy and whoa, man, like, I don't know if I'd recommend this to any of my friends. You don't have kids, don't have kids. You know, that's the energy. That's not the message. That's the energy, the joke, right? Like, fuck, I'm fucking exhausted. But of course, it's the most beautiful, amazing, miraculous thing you ever did. Okay. So the Tower, Major Arcana 16, breaking down to the 7. 7 is all about spirit, and so is the Tower. It doesn't look good, does it? It's not. But it is for you. Okay, and it is from the divine. The Tower is an intervention from the divine. You can think of intervention energy not being very fun for the subject. Okay, you're the subject here, and it's the divine that's intervening. So have no fear. Have no fear, baby. Have no fear. This is for you. Okay, you don't have to be afraid of that. Life is a heavy burden to carry. It's very dense out here in the 3rd dimension, in our 3D realm on planet Earth, Mama Gaia, Kai. You know, it's not easy, and it can be very scary, but you don't have to be afraid here. And I don't think you are. But not being afraid every single second of every single day of every single month of every single year, that's hard. Okay, so just a little bit of confirmation that you got this. And it's going to look different levels of scary for each of us here, because we each have a tower in our, you know, theme right now. So it's towers for all. Bottom of the deck, towers for everybody. Central energy for you, for this reading specifically, is the Fool. So it's a fearless energy from spirit telling you don't have to be afraid. And you don't have to be mature, experienced, have everything perfectly in line. You can just forget this message entirely and know that the activation is there, the alignment is there for you. As long as you do your work, you know, clean up the energetic field and don't let fear overcome you, and don't give out any power or energy from that place of fear in the form of frustration, anger, or, you know, aggression. Making our apologies and reconnecting with our people where and when we can, and giving time and patience. We saw 7 of Pentacles, giving time and patience to those connections. And as soon as we can, putting out the forgiveness and the apology. Okay. As soon as we can. We don't have to force that. There's no time frame on it. But aligning to the frequency of it as quick as you can. Okay. There's a big free fall energy. You might have been having those type of dreams where you're falling, okay? And that's a big message for this one, to connect with that. Dreams of falling, or waking up from, you know, being flung somewhere really quick, falling really quick, and you wake up and it's like, holy fuck, okay, that just means incoming, you know. And you don't have to fear it, and you don't have to think about it, but you do have to align to it and prepare for it. Otherwise it's going to hurt a lot more, okay? It's going to feel a lot shittier, a lot harder, more difficult. There's a difficulty coming into this. The message is still the same. Fearless. Be fucking fearless. As fearless as a child who has no idea they're in danger. You're allowed to be ignorant. Remember, Page of Cups is the one underneath the Fool here. You're allowed to be ignorant. You're allowed to be innocent. You will be protected. Okay, that's what the Tower really tells us. It's going to be bad. It's for you. That's the whole message with the Tower, you know, and there's a lot of different ways that can play out and things we need to discuss, but it's going to be bad and it's going to be for you. So in a lot of ways, as a collective, for the Divine Feminine, for this collective, since I've been reading for us, I've thought about this a lot and just thought there are times where even if it's going to be bad, we lean into it. And there are times where we know the people or places or things around us are not prepared for us to be around in this kind of energy. So we either seclude ourselves or we, you know, go off into the woods and get it done. And that's a big energy. We saw the travel energy of the Six of Swords. So it's a big energy, man. If you feel the need to get out of here and go get this done somewhere else with the Hanged Man, that is the message. That is your intuition telling you exactly what to do. Because the Tower is the theme on the bottom of the deck, it connects to every single card as if it was right behind it, or even sometimes in front of it, okay? So if you're being called to seclude yourself, separate yourself, take care of this on your own instead of with others, do that. You know, that you do not need to bring people with you on your spiritual missions. Trust me on that one, as much as we love to go places and not have to be alone. This is a solo adventure. Take this one on the chin, I heard. Take this one on the chin. Yeah, but it's not something gross. Like, it's not abuse. You know, the divine doesn't beat you up. Not in this realm anyways. We'll see what happens after with all of our karma and repercussions. But Page of Wands underneath to clarify, like, this is a beautiful, exciting, thrilling energy. And with anything to do with excitement, the same part of the brain and the system functions fear, okay? So when you're like, oh, you're gonna go on stage, and you're like, I'm so scared. And people like, just tell yourself you're excited. You're not scared, you're excited. This is the message. It's like, you're not scared, you're excited. Meanwhile, your heart's beating. You're pretty sure it's fear that you're feeling. Doesn't change a damn thing though, does it? You still get up and you still make moves. So that's really beautiful. That's really powerful. Living for that. Let me see if there are any final messages before we wrap here. Okay, so bottom of the deck for Return of Spirit, I already showed you that our bottom of the deck card, Innocence, had a card underneath it that really wanted to be seen. Prayers. There was and is one more underneath, which is the Right card, and it's coming up with the Magician. So the reason the Magician and the Right card are so connected, I think, right now is because of the sword. One of the 4 elements that the Magician is carrying, because he carries all the elements, and then he alchemizes them and pulls from the ether into the physical realm. Pretty simple stuff, right? The sword is the thing that is being called to pull from the ether. So writing, speaking. This could be to some degree playing music, acting, performing, okay, because you're using your expression, your thoughts to create, you know, an environment, a movie, tell a story, sing a song, share an emotion, whatever. It could be painting even, right? It doesn't have to be writing. But it is the expression of the knowledge and the truth. So the heart and the mind and the throat coming together in a big way here to say, if you have something to say, something to express, now's the time to express it. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to be afraid. If you think you don't have the time, you are wrong. You have the time. Now is the time. Take that. And underneath, Right, it just keeps going on and on, music. Okay, so for those of you that were like, oh, I don't write, I play music. Do you see it? Music is still written. Sheet music is written, okay? Professional musicians have written music. They write songs, okay? It's composition, but still. It's your power, and it's worth expressing right now. Innocence in Prayer talks to us where we can create from. And it doesn't have to be ether, it can be spirit, it can be God right now, okay? So you can literally co-create with like the on high, the almighty. And that's the prayer energy. So ask, you know, ask the way a child asks, in pure innocence, and again, that authenticity energy coming through for the collective to talk about it, okay? This is the energy that we are holding within us, is authentic energy. Even in our worst moments and our best moments, it's going to be fucking authentic, and we're going to deal with that. We're going to face that down, and we're going to deal with that. And that's it. We're leaving that one right there. Good job. Good job, everybody. I'm so proud of us for being here. Everything, again, that you need from me is in the description box. Please feel free to leave a comment, okay? Share how the reading resonates for you, what you're going through, what you're doing to work with the elements that are feeling out of alignment or needing some support from you, okay? Share with the collective if you are called to share, because we fucking love it. I love you so much. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you on your next reading.